Hey, how are you today? It's me, Mary, and I'm here today with our second show. And what I wanted to talk about today is very appropriate. As the whole world knows, there was a shooting in Connecticut at a elementary school, and so many young children, there were 20 young children that were shot and killed, and there were 6 adults. I'm not sure if they were all teachers, but there were 6 adults shot by a 20-year-old gunman. He also shot his mother, and then after he did what he did at the school, he killed himself. It's again homicide, the taboo subject that nobody wants to talk about. And it's really sad that we don't want to talk about it when things like this are happening. I mean, this is ridiculous. These are babies, innocent, can't even go to school. And someone comes in and starts unloading guns. But so many people are like shocked and in misbelief when homicide happens every single day. To the families, I'm sorry. I pray for you and that God would strengthen you, because I know where you are. I've been there. I've lost a loved one to homicide. As you all know, Melvin was murdered, and it's been 16 years. We don't know who killed him, and it's been hard. So I know how these families are feeling. But what I want to say, and this is with Melvin included, we have to come together. Stop waiting for all of these mass shootings to bring attention to homicide. If a bum gets shot, it's still a homicide, and it's wrong. If a prostitute gets shot, it's a homicide, and it's wrong. It has nothing to do with your race, your religion, what you do for a living, how much money you have. Nobody has the right to take another person's life. This has been going on for years. When are we going to get angry? And when I say angry, I'm not talking about hurting anybody. I'm not talking about doing something crazy. I'm talking about, when are we going to make a move as a community? When are we going to do that? Statistics show that there are more homicides in low-income inner-city communities. We're killing each other. We're killing ourselves. So when are we going to take a stand? Every week, month, someone is being killed in our community. Let me tell you this, how ironic this whole shooting in Connecticut is, because it kind of summed up the picture. There was a football player who shot his fiance. They had a baby girl. He was home. He had a gun in his house. He shot her dead. He left. He went to his place of employment, and he killed himself. After that happened, when it happened, everybody was, texting and tweeting and on the phoning about this crime like it has never happened before. Then 2 weeks go by. No one's even talking about it now. Last week, in an inner city school, a young man was in the school, and I believe he was being searched. His book bag was being searched for. He was 16 years old. His book bag was being searched for. I believe it was a phone, a stolen phone, or a phone he shouldn't have had, or something like that. They go into the young man's bag, Phone, they find a gun with bullets in a school, a high school. Listen to me. If they had not found that, had not searched that kid's bag, what would have happened? What could have happened? That should have never been. I was even speaking with someone today, and this person was telling me how another high school in our community, the two students were coming out of school, and two other students met them. One had a gun and told both of the young men, "Give me your phones or I'll shoot you." Isn't it something how we don't hear about this stuff in the media? We don't hear about it on the news. And when I did hear about that first school situation I was telling you with the young man, the 16-year-old, I think I only saw it on one news channel, and then quickly it was like brushed under the rug. People, we have to get involved. Stuff is going on. See, a lot of you are sitting around saying, "It's not me. I'm not going to worry about it. Yep, I'll pray for these people. I'll send $1, I'll send $5, I'll send $10. This isn't affecting me. This isn't my mom. This isn't my son." But I thought just like that, oh, it could never happen to me. Let me tell you something. Do you really think that those parents in Connecticut sent their children to school that morning knowing that their children were going to be murdered? I don't think so. We have to take a stand. Where are the guns coming from? Someone is giving these young people guns. Someone is supplying these guns. We have to change the laws. Now, the situation in Connecticut, this is how I see it. The young man's mother had the guns in her home. Those were her guns. I feel like this. There should be a law that should say, if you own guns and they're in your home, in your presence, your property, if they are not securely locked up, hidden, locked down, nobody should know where they are. But if they are taken in a murder or a crime is committed, not only should the gun man or woman be prosecuted, but also the person who owns the guns. They should also be prosecuted. I just feel like that. I think it's ridiculous. It's like the wild, wild west, when cowboys walked around and, they had guns in the holsters. And if you said something somebody didn't like, the cowboy flips out the gun and he points it at you and blows you away. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I feel like this. Why should private people own guns? I feel guns should only be allowed for police officers or any type of, official, emergency personnel official like that. It doesn't make any sense to me. I was emailed a picture yesterday, and the picture showed a gumball machine. Little kids' gumball machine, the candy balls and bubble gum, and they have the little toys inside. Well, above the gumballs, there was toys. But guess what kind of toys they were? They were little teeny guns, little teeny machine guns, little teeny pistols. They were bullets. They were rifles. And these are for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old kids. This doesn't make sense. And then you have parents that will give their babies $quarter to put in that gumball machine and get that gun. It doesn't make sense. What are we going to do? When are we going to make a move? When are we going to say, no more? You're not shooting my brother. You're not shooting my sister. You cannot kill my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife. When will we make a difference? People, I'm begging you. It's not going to get any better. I told you that last week on the show. What did I say to you all? I said homicide isn't going anywhere. And then as soon as I said that, here we are at show number 2, and we've had a mass murder. Please, whatever it takes, find a place to help. Don't just talk. Do something. Get with an organization that wants to stand up and change these gun laws. That's number 1. Because people are saying, oh, well, these people that do these crimes, they're crazy, and mental health issues. Okay, yes, some do. But do you know sane people murder people? People with no mental illnesses or no emotional illnesses or issues also murder people. Let's not band-aid it with this one has a mental illness. This one has ADHD. Let's not do that. Let's call it what it is. You know what it is? You shouldn't have a gun. You don't have an issue with anything. You just want to kill somebody. You just want to take out whatever it is you're going through in your life and make someone else's life miserable. That's really calling it what it is. What we need to do is get involved. We need to be educated. And that's why I established Melvin's mission. Melvin murdered. He wasn't doing anything. And someone had a gun. And this person was not a police officer, was not a state trooper, was not a private eye or a detective, was carrying a gun. Shot Melvin in the chest. And now I stand here, a woman survivor of homicide. After Connecticut, do you know what this has done? If 20 babies were killed, that makes 20 women survivors of homicide. And really, it's more than that, because there's aunts and aunties and female cousins and grandmothers and good friends. They're also going to be in that category. Where are the services for these women? Because there will be a funeral. Guess what? The phone will stop ringing. No knocks are going to always be on that door. Eventually, people are going to say, get on with your life. You're going to have to go on. What are you going to do? These women need services because there is trauma after homicide. There's all those things we talked about in the first program, the depression, the shame, the guilt, the anger. Could you imagine how these mothers must feel like, why did I send my child to school that morning? You didn't do nothing wrong, ma'am. You did what you were supposed to do. Kids are supposed to go to school. Same thing I felt with Melvin. What could I have done? I couldn't have done anything because it was supposed to happen the way it happened. So now that we're in the aftermath, what do? We need new gun control laws. We need them. What do? We get services like Melvin's mission, supporting women survivors of homicide, because they're out there. A lot of them are hiding, they're ashamed, but they're out there and they're lonely and nobody understands what they're going through. And guess what? Nobody really cares. You know why? It's not my family. It's not me. Sorry. People do not understand this could be you. I'm begging you, I'm asking you, please get involved. Do something. Find a program to donate to. Find a program to go and work at and support and to help. If you believe in it, do that. Schools need to check these kids before they come in. They need to check their book bags. I'm sorry, but they do. It's that bad. Check their book bags. Put a detailed officer at every door of the school. Do whatever it is you have to do. And it's sad that now we have to do it after this tragedy has happened. Melvin was murdered in '96. It hasn't changed. It's gotten worse. When Melvin was killed, there was no talk of schools being violated like this. No. So it's getting worse. It's not getting better. And if you can go and blow up a school like that, tell me what is next. What is next? We can't forget in 2 weeks. The fire that everybody has on Facebook right now and Twitter, everybody's like, their thumbs are like bleeding because everybody's, oh, I'm praying and, oh, God bless this one and God do this and God. God blesses. Yes, he does. And God does do this and he does do that. But you know what? You got to do something. What you gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna get ugly right now. What you gonna do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fight for better gun control laws in Massachusetts. This week, I am going down to wherever I have to go, State House, City Hall, wherever. If I got to stand out there with a sign, there needs to be a change. Now, what I've asked people to do on my Facebook page, the Melvin Mission Facebook page, I've asked people to at 9:30, shut off their Facebooks. From 9:30 for 26 minutes, which represents those 26 people who died. No Facebook for 26 minutes. It won't kill you. Go read a book or something. You know, take a walk. Exercise is good for you. 26-minute walk. And by doing that, we're saying we're angry. And then I've asked you either before or after to go on Melvin's Mission page and just put a heart on there, the heart symbol, you know, the heart. Put a heart symbol on that page. And if I can accumulate hundreds of hearts, even 50, regardless, those hearts represent people want changes. And I am going to take those hearts down to City Hall or the State House or the District Attorney's office, and I'm going to raise hell because I'm angry. This never should have happened to these babies, and it never should have happened to Melvin, and it never should have happened to your loved one. We can make a difference. Join Melvin's Mission tonight. Turn your Facebook page off at 9:30 for 26 minutes. Put a heart on Melvin's page, and I'll collect them. And I'll get out there, and I'll do it. The other thing quickly I wanted to talk about excuse me, as you know, Melvin's been dead 16 years, but we just found out 4 or 5 months ago what really happened to Melvin. And that was that there was a robbery in progress. And Melvin was walking home and he interrupted the robbery, saving the victim. The victim ran, so Melvin was left to get robbed and shot in the chest. Well, after 16 years, 4 months ago, finding this information out, I've talked about it to many people. I've been down to State House. I'm sure you've seen my pictures on Facebook. I'm very busy. I'm not playing with this thing. I am going to get Melvin's honor that he is due. Well, I have good news. This Wednesday, December 19th at 11:30 a.m. at the Boston City Hall on the 5th floor, Melvin will be receiving, or myself and the rest of my family and all of our friends will be receiving, in Melvin's honor, a citation labeling Melvin a hero of Massachusetts. I am so excited. I'm asking those of you that can come down and be a part of it, we want you there. I want you there because you are so kind to go on Melvin's Mission's Facebook page and like it and keep up with all the things that I'm doing on my homicide journey. And I appreciate that. And I would love to see you guys come down there. I would love after the ceremony to meet you all and just put my arms around you and hug you and say thank you on behalf of Melvin. So we're really excited about this. So that's this Wednesday morning at 11:30. It's at City Hall and it's on the 5th floor. And they're going to honor Melvin as a Massachusetts hero because he saved a life. He gave his life that someone else might live. So it's wonderful, it's exciting, and he deserves that. And there are so many other people that deserve. It's just not Melvin. So what I thought about was this. Instead of accepting Melvin's resolution award only on his behalf, I thought to do what Melvin would do and what Melvin did that night. I like to share it. I like to get involved. So Wednesday, when it is received to us, we will only accept it in the name of Melvin Bernard Franklin, the 26 people who were killed on Friday in Connecticut, and accept it in the name of all the thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who have been murdered, killed by tragic homicides, whether they were vehicular homicides, gun wounds, stabbings, whatever. We want to accept that award for all of you because we are all in this together. Believe it or not, we're in this together. Because when Melvin was murdered, nothing different happens. We mourned, we cried, we had a funeral, he was buried. And when your people had their misfortune, the same thing. So we're in this together. No one's better than no one else. So if you can come, we would love to have you. And as you know me, I will have pictures of the whole program on Melvin's Mission's Facebook page and on our website. Please don't forget our website. So I'll have pictures up there, and it'll be exciting. It's also going to be televised on Channel 24 live, I believe at 12 o'clock. And watch accept it with us and know that we care. We care about you, and we care about your family also, and we care about your loved ones. Please know that we care. Also, I just like to quickly just thank everybody for watching the show and knowing that this show is for you. This show is for women survivors of homicide, to let you know that you're not alone. I understand what you're going through. I've been there and I still go through. It is not easy. It is not easy. And people don't understand that. They want us to be healed like this, but it doesn't happen like that. This is a lifetime journey. Our homicide journey is a lifetime journey. It'll never leave us because someone we loved was taken. And there's a process, there's a step. So that's why I call it my homicide journey. It's my journey to survive the impact, the manifestations, the terrible mental and physical and spiritual things that happen to a woman when she's lost a loved one to homicide. So, ladies, please take care of yourselves. Love yourselves, forgive yourselves, be good to yourselves. And I want to say this also. You know, a hurting thing is when you've been through so much, you've lost your loved one, things are going on, and you got people out there that are tearing you down, that don't want to see you make it, don't want to see you do good. This is all they do. They run their mouth. They're gossipers. I believe y'all call them haters. They're haters. So, ladies, I say this to you. There you go. Dust them off. Because they're just a little bit of dandruff, a little piece of hair that done fell on your shoulder, honey. Dust them off. Hold your head up. Keep on going. Because, baby, let me tell you something. Nobody's perfect. The one person that's at you, they need to look in the mirror because they got some stuff too. So, surviving women, go on. Ignore them. Do what God has put in your heart to do for you to heal. And if they don't like it, guess what? It's too bad because their life is not your life. Do what works for you. Listen, I'll be seeing you at the next show, hopefully in a few days. Melvin's Mission, Inc., supporting women homicide survivors. I Am a Survivor show. Our phone number is 857-600-1623. And please check our website out. A lot of good things. And the next show I'll be talking to you about the Melvin's Very Merry Christmas Foundation. It's going great. We thought we were going to do like one family that has been impacted by homicide, like supply their whole Christmas. Guess what? 5. We're doing 5 families for Christmas. We're going to supply their toys. I'm excited. And guess what? Extra bonus. Coats, brand new, hats, gloves. So God is good. And I'm going to leave it there. Till next time, this is Mary saying, I am a survivor of homicide. Thank you, and God bless.